You know, it doesn't happen often in New England, but when we see the Northern Lights, it's something that you never forget. And our recent display was so incredible. Let me get out of the way and show you some of the pictures. Rick Barber in Agunquit, Maine, grabbed a shot here by the lighthouse on Marginal Way. Absolutely gorgeous. Newmarket, New Hampshire. I love this, Drew. Had to pull the car over for pics. And there are the kids enjoying what is the beautiful Northern Lights display. And this was seen deep, not only into southern New England, but down to the mid-Atlantic as well, the Newburyport waterfront, the mouth of the mighty Merrimack. Douglas Mahar grabbing this shot looked more like a shot out of Iceland, didn't it? So the question becomes, how in the world do Northern Lights happen in the first place? Look, it starts with a solar storm. You end up with the sun emitting an extra amount of charged particles, and that solar storm, that emission of charged particles, travels through space. And during a solar storm, these extra charged particles can reach the Earth, and particularly can reach the Earth's poles. So there's the Northern Lights and there's the Southern Lights, both of which can happen. Of course, for us, it's the Northern Lights. So you get these collisions that happen. You've got the charged particles from the sun. They collide with oxygen and nitrogen and all the other gases in the Earth's atmosphere. But the oxygen and nitrogen part is really interesting, because what happens is when these charged particles meet up with oxygen or meet up with nitrogen, they emit different colors of light. And this has to do with what color you see when you see the greens or the reds or the purples, right? A lot of that is brought on by what's happening with the gases in the atmosphere and how they're reacting to the fact that we're getting the charged particles that are coming into play. In terms of the shapes, some of you saw some amazing stuff, almost looked like a rip in the sky. It was incredible. Those shapes are largely determined by the viewing position and Earth's magnetic field. And that kind of shakes out exactly what the shape in the sky is going to look like. The biggest question is, are we going to see them again, and when do we see them? Predicting the aurora is far, far more difficult than even predicting the weather. Generally, when you hear there's favorable conditions tonight or favorable conditions tomorrow night, just be ready for one night at either side of that at least. Because honestly, in terms of the timing of Aurora Borealis and trying to predict it, sometimes the forecasts are off by 24 hours or 48 hours, because it all has to do not just with those charged particles, but how they interact with the Earth's atmosphere. I will put in this video right here a link to one of my favorite sites that you can check. It's from the government, and what I recommend doing on it is you scroll down to the 30-minute aurora forecast. That is the only one I've found really is accurate on a regular basis. When you start to see the reds showing up near New England in that 30-minute forecast, you know that there's a good chance you're going to see the Northern Lights. That's how things look in terms of how and why the Aurora Borealis takes place in New England. Thank you, everybody, for sending in your pictures. Don't forget, you can always send them to us, onedegreeoutside.com community gallery, or via our app, 1 Degree Outside Noises Weather app.